Happy days. It is time for some FACEIT League. We are at the tail end of week 7. We're almost through this season. We are getting very, very close to the end of this regular season, and a season with a lot of stakes on it. And you've got OWCS qualifiers that are going to be based on how Master Division teams finish at the end of the season. You've got a LCQ to determine who's going to be in Master Division at all for season 8. Will be based on how these teams finish out this season. A lot going on. There's a lot of stakes here. Both of these teams looking like their playoff potentials should be in a good spot to make that top 8. Now, will they be able to power through and make the top 6 and guarantee themselves a spot in Master Division for season 8? Even more so, could they make top 4 and guarantee themselves a spot in the phase 2 of the OWCS qualifiers? We shall see. We shall see. First things first is making it into playoffs in the first place, guaranteeing yourself a good seeding going into that postseason to try to finish strong with so much on the line here in our season 7. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. We got Emote down mid taking it on YFP. Both teams are looking good, but aren't guaranteed anything just yet, particularly Emote down mid. YFP at 7-3, EDM at 6-4. EDM that got them tied for 8th place with Kintsugi at the moment. Both of these teams have 5 games left to play. By default, yesterday should have been your 12th match. So only Shikigami is actually up to date. Amplify our overachievers up here. All right, they've already played an extra game. But everybody else is behind. Everybody else is behind the 8 ball as far as number of matches you should have played up to this point. It's to be expected. It's not too big a deal. But it's just something to note as you're looking at the standings here. With Kintsugi and EDM now, they both have the exact same number of games played. They both still have 5 games remaining in the season. Let's go take a very quick look at our strength of schedule from our 2 teams. Let's see how they've done. EDM opened up really rough. And we looked at them and saw, but man, they made a lot of changes this season. Basically, Cardi-Fan at the helm 24/7. Pulled out a Zarya for the very first time we heard against Extinction. That was Cardi-Fan's very first attempt at playing Zarya in a competitive environment. So it is, there's been some struggles early, but I mean, despite all that, they've put together a hell of a season. They've won 6 of their last 7. Including that monster win over Extinction. Other notable wins include Kintsugi is probably your other biggest win. Artemis is a decent win as well. So you're beating kind of the teams around you. Again, I think Shikigami and Amplify should technically probably be down here just because of the 5 losses from these 2 teams, if we're being perfectly honest. We are at top of the hour. Quick look at YFP's stats. This team that has previously played under Boot Troop until this season. Have literally one of the few teams that have played in every single season. Notable wins actually, coincidentally enough, include Shikigami. But I got to be honest with you here, friends. The rest of these wins aren't super notable. They're not on the top 8, right? The whole rest of the wins are down here. So the back half of the season here for YFP is EDM will choose Ilios and ban out the Vendetta here to start. We'll also get a side swap. I'll get you some preds here while we're at it. But so for YFP, that is not to talk down on this team, right? Let me make no mistake. I'm saying they've just got a bit of a tough road ahead. We still got, Dreamland Extinction to play here. And we know Boot Troop are, like last season, they went 14-1 in regular season, right? We know they have the chops. They haven't really passed any test from a team that's in the top 8 right now, right? They have not been able to beat any of the teams in the top 8 right now. And you're certainly going to have to do that if you want to guarantee yourself a slot in Master Division for Season 8. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? I'm ready for this. Pretty big changes for EDM coming into this season with Derpy kind of stepping down. You had some of the Dilduck squad come over. Paolette kind of taking the reins of this team. PDK, Reyzr, Baz, and Grapes all new and joining here for EDM. One of our first times getting YFP on this season is they're going to ban out the Cardi ball here right out of the gate. Most times that we've seen EDM, we have had Cardi fan in. I don't think we've seen Baz play. I could be maybe very, very early in the season. Let's get into it. It's time for some Thursday night Overwatch. Let's go. It's time for some FACEIT League. Everything squared away. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Mario's gonna come out on the JQ. Pretty sure CJ is a human. CJ is my dog. Choco says, can't wait for the 3-0. Put your money where your mouth is. Ryan just gets yanked in and brought down there at the hands of Gracie and Mari's JQ. The Tracer pick is going to be enough to give first cap over to YFP. So, you know what, Choco? They got first fight. You know, one death in, 2 deaths in. Excuse me, actually. 2 deaths in. They got PDK in that same exchange. Big Iron! We had Lampin in here casting with us last week. And he was calling PDK Big Iron. So there you go. So that's PDK is just now Big Iron for the record. Because it's some country song. I don't know. I don't listen to country. I'm maybe born and raised in Dallas, Texas. My whole family's been from Texas for like the past 300 years. I don't listen to country music, alright? I can appreciate some classics, but I didn't know Big Iron. Anyway, PDK coming here, gonna put a lot of pressure in. It's really just kind of been a bit of a poke battle between the casters. Look at, I mean, Spingar and PDK both have ultimates already. It will be the PDK Deadeye finding Mari. There's the opener. That was the first kill that EDM were looking for. The Spingar response does not find an answer, but Rajeem playing on one of my favorite heroes on the Ayari. Comes up with a huge pick. Oh, and the follow-up on the grapes and gives a little bit of the dance. Oh, yeah, yeah. Caught in 4K. What you typing? What you typing? I would never. I would never. Concerted rush available here from Gorilla. Both of them are going to get tossed. Let's see what. Where's Gorilla's Concerted rush? There's Gorilla's Concerted rush. You know, you just wait for Cardi to come out and get the opening pick. That's how you roll here if you're EDM. You don't lead with it. You wait until you have an answer. All right, Ryan's going to get popped by the Pulse Bomb, which takes the blade out of the equation. Kitsu already used just before the Spun Spots land. That is actually an enormous captive sun. And I think Rajeem might have just tilted the balance. This is looking like a 100-0. Rajeem just turned into salmon. That was wild. I didn't know Yari could turn into Kiriko like that. There are more talkative birds. I don't know. Blue jays are really loud. Blue jays are loud when they need to be. There's true story. So I heard, I mean, just like an enormous, like cacophony coming outside from, it was my old house. And I go outside and there's, I mean, gotta be 40 to 50. Oh yeah, Texas mentioned 40 to 50 blue jays on this fence, like just surrounding this backyard. And they had a hawk surrounded. The hawk was on the ground in the backyard. The hawk didn't have anything. Like I was kind of like, oh no. But the hawk didn't have anything. They were just on the whole community, the whole like 10 square miles of blue jays came in to all rally to make sure this hawk could not get at whatever nest he was after. And the hawk was literally like cowering on the ground in the middle of the backyard with like 50 blue jays just all surrounding him, just going as loud as they possibly could. Oh, Big Iron with a big pick. That's going to be 2 there, following a PDK. We'll get a swift start. There's the 3 pace. Swift start here for ADM. Cardiff hide in the bushes. Little sneaky sneak. Little ambush. The yank back. Yeah, Mari's like, where are you going? Now trying to cut off any help you might get. Cardiff has to rotate around coast side. Punches in, connects on Amari. Mari just leaves Gracie and then goes and attacks the other direction. Really smart move. And everybody else knows. You can see Spingar ends up getting that shot down onto Cardi. Everybody else knows that Cardi's going to get yanked in. Spingar comes up with their own triple kill in this fight to turn the tides. YFP gets some progress. Lampet was funny. I'll give it to him. I'm such a straight. I don't know about. I don't know, like a very straight caster. I don't know what. Like in terms of like in comedy terms, you know. I just deliver the news. You know, I don't make a lot of clever punnage or stuff. You know, I don't know. I wish I was better at that stuff. I'm just very straightforward. I just have fun with it. Down with the Hawks. I hate Atlanta. They were not happy with that Hawk. It was really cool to see. Eventually, the Hawk just... I stood there and watched for a while. And eventually, the Hawk just flew away. It was crazy. The Hawk was literally on the ground with kind of wings out, like cowering in the middle. Just surrounded. It was crazy, crazy. I had to, like, peek over the fence. And, like, they didn't give two shits about me. We're going to get sound barrier in from Grapes here as the Kitsu's thrown him. Rampage is going to find one. Cleanse, I'm guessing, got the others. Ryan pulls out the blade here as a few ults have been invested. It's the 6th ult into this fight. Actually, number 7, I think, if we were counting the Meteor Strike. Wire comes up with 2, though. Claimed both in the bottom of the lighthouse. I guess the windmill. What's going on over there? Hey, Atlanta. Go Spurs. Oh, Cardi Fan gobbles up a Pulse Ball. There's something you don't see very often. Scrappy fight in the corner. You had a few low health bars there for ADM, but they managed to win it out. Both PDK and Ryan were stayed on the outside of the fight. Just had the angles there as it get down to the nitty gritty. This is going to get you up to 95%. Obviously, we do have Mario on point with the Doomfist. There's Noxious recall used. It's going to be PDK's Deadeye here to just zone out the point. See if anybody else can get close. There's the Lucio coming in top left. Got one touch. We'll knock it more. You're perfect the way you are. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Don't worry about making puns. I normally fall incredibly hard. I know, right, Dex? I feel that, buddy. So real. So real. Straight cooking. Hey, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. I have my days. It's not all bad. Hey, sometimes you just gotta know who you are. You know, and it's just no more, no less. You just be yourself. You just gotta be yourself. And sometimes, you know, sometimes I wish. You can wish things. You still just gotta lay to your strikes. Noxious was trying to lead into that Sombra. Was not able to find it. The kill feed bug. I know, right? We do our best. We do our best. But every match, I mean, feels important, especially right at the end of the season. Oh, look at this. Dude, the swarm. The swarm from EDM. That is crazy town. It was... Cardi Fan just found an initial pick onto Noxious, and I mean, that was just a huge advantage that they continued to swarm and exacerbate throughout that opening fight. At least there's not a punishment. Hey, yo. I approve. All right, cowboy. Let's see what you got, Spingar. Ooh, potential 2 skulls there, but Cardi fan puts an end to that noise real quick. Good shot from Gorilla there for the final blow on the back of the punch. Oh, catch Rajeem off the wall. Sound barrier from Greats just made sure EDM were going to win that fight out. Noxious has got to build up towards this EMP. Yes, I made it in time for the stream. Welcome. Welcome, Jesse. We get a hack on to Cardi. Cardi's still able to back up to the corner. Mara trying to give chase or pulling out the diva for the first time in this third round. Dude, what a wild round. We haven't really been up on the high ground at all, but it's such an unusual way to play this map so fast. Now just continuing to put pressure in. EDM take this fight all the way back to the streets right in front of the shuttle. A commanding round of Lighthouse. And the Cardi fan EDM swarm takes over here. Wow. If there's a punishment, this chat would become a ghost town. I don't know what life would be worth living if I couldn't make puns freely. Go back to our official pitch. All right, let's lock in. Let's lock in. Dude, what a turnaround there from EDM. The Cardi EDM swarm. That was something to behold. YFP immediately going to get rid of that. Let's go look at some stats there from that first map. You know, I think that Cardi fan guy has played Doom before. I mean, that's the way it looks. That's the way it looks. Just don't ask about the Cardi Zarya. But next season, I mean, this needs to be fixed by February, right? The kill feed bug needs to be fixed by February 8th. Otherwise, it's going to end up on the main channel for Master Division playoffs. I mean, ADM really turned it around. YFP, you know, I think all of this came from that opening round on Ruins, right? I mean, you still end up like, Spingar is neck and neck with damage. That always amazes me. Like, just how close they are damage. I mean, how is Spingar putting out the same exact damage output? Just not quite able to confirm those kills, you know? I mean, it's just that extra little difference. Cardi fan doing such a good job of staying alive, right? Even compared to, like, we saw like a Diva in that final round, Cardi is still able to live more than the 700 HP Diva with a mech, you know? I mean, like, crazy stuff. Excellent work there from EDM in that first map. And even though they are the I don't know about calling them the underdogs, but they are the team with, you know, more losses on the board coming into this game. I don't know that I would call them the underdog here. I mean, that's just to be, you know, redundant, because, you know, let's go. That's the, you know, both teams have 3 letters. You got to be careful. Remember, I will say, Blue Jay, you're oh, well, you're not even here anymore. Well, maybe you'll be back by the time you hear this. But this applies to, you know, for anybody else out there. But your Preds will always match the FACEIT page. So I will always have your home team in #1 in Preds. The team on the left on the FACEIT page will always be #1 in Preds. That's what I go by. Not by the scoreboard, because they flip-flop around too much on the scoreboard, right? Sometimes I'd even get that wrong. You know, that would just make it 10 times more confusing. But I will stick with the Diva returning into Kings. We do have the Vendetta available. The Diva variation on the Vendetta is fascinating to me. I don't know that I've really seen a lot of Diva Detta. Right now we're seeing Noxious just, you know, head pop your entire DPS lot. You know, that's 2 headshot kills here for Noxious, and will be a good start for Kings. Yeah, the Kiro skins thing is a little overplayed. Yeah, it's not as true anymore, for sure. Cardi. One of my favorite wrecking balls. Woo! Using the item jump, or the car jump tech. We're gonna get another DMAC here. Just so fun to watch. All the little, like, you can see how well they play. They just kind of playing in that back tight hallway. Play a wrecking ball, very, very small, tight quarters. This can be so difficult. And certainly it's one of my favorite things to watch from the top tier wrecking ball players. We're gonna get a defensive engage. That's the other thing you gotta ask. I mean, how do you hold a line with no real front line? You know, we saw Noxious just easily able to walk in and set themselves up for a pair of headshot kills the first time around. Cardi making sure to harass that Hanzo in the back line. Jeremy's still trying to work in. Jeremy's subbing in here for map 2, by the way. Works into the high ground. It's going to be the Suzu already is. That is a lot of players. You're chasing the Cassidy out. Oh my goodness, and PDK just drops the dead eye. Oh, Big Iron. Doing Jeremy dirty with that one. Tidal Blast on Mari. Go chase down Big Iron. Does get the stun, but PDK gets the Tidal Blast of their own, able to help survive with the additional healing. Self-destruct will not be enough to get Mari back in mech. Dragon's thrown over this point from Noxious. We've gotten 2 ticks picked up here by YFP, but a re-engage, retake, whatever what I'm looking for from Cardi. No anchor here with Mari respawning, so. Tried to push Jeremy kind of out in the open. It does force Jeremy to use the whirlwind dash. Okay. Jeremy on the high ground. Limited room. What's the choice? You can go peel. Oh, yeah. Trying to peel for the ball. PDK with a beautiful shot, though. Catches an airborne Jeremy. And now a defensive Kitsu. Juno's the one eating now, huh? Interesting. Interesting. The Salmon Kitsu in the, well, yeah, that Kitsune Rush has got to be your saving grace here. Maybe use a Sundering and finish it off from the blade. That was, I mean, Jeremy doing a good job of sticking to the Wrecking Ball, pulling him out of the sky. Here comes that blade I was talking about. Salmon's able to find PDK through this. A couple of good slashes, but you just have to settle. They're not even good slashes. They're just a couple of slashes. Is really all I needed to say there, because you were just swinging down on a big metal mech. That sword didn't do a whole lot. We ended up getting a cap here, but it's, I mean, it took until OT. You only have 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Ash fans just quietly rejoicing. Ash fans just quietly super happy back there. We're not saying anything. We've had some amazing skits. God, there were 2 things to watch there. Jeremy coming over the top of the rooftops, and then Cardi fan going in towards the back line. Jeremy's able to claim Ryan. And then moves to Peel to help Mara get back in mech. But unfortunately, PDK still finds that kill. That was Noxious receiving a Tidal Blast. PDK decided, that looks like fun. Everybody's going for a swim of some sort. Fortunately, PDK is going to be at the bottom with the fishies. There you go. That was somewhat punny. Interesting interaction. I think the pile drive damage still lands. We've seen that before. Where like Cardi-Fan like physically gets ripped toward the ground, but you're still able to activate the pile drive. Like you had to hit the pile drive before that distance eclipse. Oh. Well, we're being reminded of the time here. Oh, PDK peeks it. Big Iron is down. There you go. The showdown of the OK Corral is enough to get this cart over the line. It was kind of funny there. It felt like the entire match kind of paused and took a breath and let the two cowboys just kind of stare each other down for a moment, determine who was going to take point B. I approve. All right, we get the Cardi Zarya. Oh, we get the Cardi Zarya. Makes sense here. As a Wrecking Ball enjoyer, it is very difficult to find any room to work here on this map. Jeremy's going to throw in a Sundering Blade. Bubbles will not protect you, and Cardi Fan is watching a timer now. Jeremy just goes right up to the door. Gold star for you. Kitsu, though? I don't know about this Kitsu. That Kitsu might have been a little preemptive. There's really nobody out here you needed to worry about. You'd already gotten the kill onto the Zarya. Now is when you needed the Kitsu, because Gorilla's coming out with one. Jeremy's able to find Grapes through that. Flies up to the other side. Meanwhile, back on point. Looks like YFP, have got this under control. Well, and a bet that PDK's Deadeye got gobbled up by Mori. And we'll get a cap with 53 seconds.
Nerf this.
Zar's getting an upcoming skin, a lore skin. Interesting. I'm down for lore skins. It doesn't look great, but it's a skin. Yeah, Zar skins are kind of meh. My favorite Zar skins are like Overwatch League skins. Like I think the Soul Dynasty Zar with a golden gun, that goes hard. I think it looks amazing. Defense already feels a little pressure into this corner. Jeremy was positioned on this alley side. It's kind of an X factor here to drop in on statue. Still is positioned under here. BDK with a good opener though. EDM is now just forced a really terrible situation there for YFP. Rajeem is your only heals in the Wuyong. It is traded. What's going on here? Group go through house just kind of lost somebody. Simmons return. Uh-oh, PDK's got hotel, though. Jeremy finished off on the point, and EDM just gonna waltz through point A. Snowboarder Czar is pretty good. Okay, I'll give you that. Snowboarder Czar is pretty good. One of her Battle Pass epics, Apep Zarya. I don't know. That one's not coming to mind. I can't picture that one. I think Alien's a cool skin, but, you know, fuck that guy. Oh, wait, what? Her eyeshadowy is so... something I can't say without Bullskull getting mad. Wait, what? Oh, I'm not even sure what to make of that one, Maddie. Huge orbital on the corner. EDM just marched through. Orbital Ray plus Vendetta is just kind of nasty. Especially when you just need to take one corner. Y'all have got me distracted. I have not been super locked in on this EDM attack. I'm not going to lie, friends. Well, we do have Cardi with a little sneaky sneak up to the high ground with a Graviton Surge. Where's my camera? Get my camera up. No, get out of from underneath the awning. Thank you. There it is. Drops it right in on top of Noxious. He just kind of ignores Jeremy. Jeremy's up there swinging, and Cardi fan is just like, what? Who are you? Jeremy's demanding respect. I have a sword! Noxious is on the long walk back of shame while all chaos, all hell is breaking loose here on the back of Point B. Ryan with a Sundering in the pocket. Yep, we're gonna go in and throw that in immediately from the high ground. Does catch Mari. And I think that is just gonna do it. Tidal Blast from Rajeem, unclear. I think may have been trying to save Mari. It would make sense that the Sundering cut right through that. We will get the cap here. 440 left in the time bank. That's how you king the row. Hey, you know what? EDM have answered back handsomely in their round, in their attack round. Jeremy comes swinging into the screen from the right-hand side. Grab thrown in. There is a PDK Deadeye, but you still don't stop Noxious. PDK was just trying to zone out, trying to prevent kills in the grab, but good job from Noxious and Rajeem. Rajeem able to just kind of doesn't even have to peek you, right? Can just throw giant orbs into the grab without even having to peek the Deadeye. Man, he's spitting bars. Don't know what you're talking about. When a ball player's forced to Zarya, an angel loses their wings. Oh, I feel that. Noxious gets melted down. Cardi fan taking their frustration of having to play Zarya out on them. Yet another Graviton Surge ready to go. There you go. Bubbles already used. Beautiful catch. That's going to fly too. Well, I mean, Tidal Blast, Rejuvenating Wave, everything thrown in and try it. Nothing dies. Mari eventually ends up going down. That was a wild death, too, as the Mari kind of slid between the cracks there on that right-hand side of your screen. But what a clapback Noxious is able to find, too. Oh, what a beautiful shot onto PDK. It was a very well-timed pair of ultimates. Simon able to get the Kitsu in, meaning you got extra rejuvenating waves. You got the Tidal Blast in there thrown onto Jeremy. I mean, really, really split-second decision-making out of Salmon and Rajeem, and they layered in both cooldowns and supports. It felt like in perfect order to ensure nobody died through a Graviton Surge Orbital. You had Graviton and Orbital in play there for YFP. Ryan slicing, and they still couldn't get the kill. Jeremy's Sundering is going to cancel PDK's ult. PDK is just getting Deadeyes like so fast. That was wait, like I was like, wait, did PDK really just Deadeye? Oh, shoot. I forgot to give you... Yeah, Wrecking Ball band's from map 1. I'm sorry. No, it was a Lucio band. It's a Lucio band here. I'm so sorry, y'all. Was that... What was that? What was that? What is... There's a lot happening on my screen right now. Yeah, Bullskunk Bingo is looking good today. Hey, the Cardi Zarya getting it done. Good grab. We're gonna 27 and 5 there for Cardi. 13.2k damage. Currently leading in elims here in King's Row. There's not really a bracket per se. I can give you a list of the standings. Here. Oh, jeez. Sorry, that's enormous. What a link. Like 15 seconds separating our two teams here. Very, very close when it was all said and done. Oh yeah, Bullskunk Bingo is definitely a thing. It's a work in progress. But I think we kind of got pieced out how we're gonna do it. It's not gonna be actually a bingo card. But yeah, the Bullskunk Bingo is a thing. Fun little things for y'all to watch out for. That as a community, you can like, you know, if I do 5 things that are off of the list of Bullskunk Bingo, then you know, then it's special day. Then it's special day. That list has not been completely compiled yet. It is a work in progress. With 7 seconds to go, Mari just tries to get stubborn and brute force their way on to the point. She ends up cut down. And this is going to be a full hold out of EDM on this defense.
Score 3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Do you like your steak juicy and your lobster buttery? When the fajitas come out sizzling. Once again, Jeremy's going to set up an alley side. Why with a Sigma to try to hold high ground here? We'll get a little bit of an exchange. The Sonic Arrow from Noxious there. So that's... They knew what to expect. They knew what was coming. Oh, I love that emote so much, Joe. It's so cute. Your little watery logo friend is so amazing. Okay, Jeremy. This is a bit of a stubborn hold. I wouldn't expect him to stick around as long as they did. The Whirlwind Dash actually does not make it across to the high ground. Still, Jeremy, okay. Maybe that was intentional. You know, you end up holding Hotel. Cardifan started to rotate there. Cardifan playing a diva, by the way. His Cardifan jumped straight from next up to just him. Yep, just skipped right over potential and just right into him status. As it moves through the window on a diva to hunt down Noxious. With a little patience, we'll secure the kill onto the back line. And EDM will take the 2-0 lead over YFP.
Play of the game.
Okay, so you're 6-4 EDM with a strong 2-0. I mean, it was very close. I mean, you had only 15 seconds separating the two teams. What do you ban here? What do you ban here if you're YFP? I mean, it's hard to know exactly what's kind of giving you trouble on that one. And you're going into another very front back map. And with Cardi like Cardi actually stretching some muscles, actually playing a decent Zarya, like you think you know what you're gonna get, right? Like it creates such a Rubik's Cube, it creates such a difficult scenario because you think you know what you're gonna get. With Cardi being, you know, known as kind of a Doom Ball specialist and all that, and then suddenly you're getting, you know, Cardi switches to a Zarya there for point C and makes it work, punches it in. I mean, looks good on the Zarya. Same thing with, you know, going to a diva, they're on the attack, right? Like, and so suddenly EDM are not showing you, at least not what I would expect, and it gives them a lot of different looks. It wasn't gonna be a Weong ban. What stands out? Cardi 33 and 5, 15k PDK with the 18k there as well. God, look how much damage Rajeem is putting out. Good lord. What on earth? And Grapes with 23 elims in here as well. Like, I mean, look at the assists from your backline at EDM. I mean, talking about getting in the mix. They're in with the vast majority of the kills. Your backline is in there making it happen with you. Right, as opposed to, you know, 6 and 19 on the other side. But really, Rajeem was 16k damage? God. So, I mean, if YFP can keep getting the backline involved like that, it should find more success. I mean, it does feel like, you know, as far as numbers, Jeremy not able to get in as much, but you're talking about the exact same number of deaths between your DPS line here. You're talking about very similar death counts in general, right? This is 28. That's going to be 34, 39. This is 28, right? Same exact 10, 11, 7, 28. But and then you have another 20. Then you have 58 or 48. Exact same deaths here from your DPS line and one of your supports. That's insane, though. 16,000 damage out from Rajeem at that map is unreal. It's going to be the Zarya ban out of EDM. Cardi's like, no, can we not do that anymore, please? We're going to Shambali. I'm curious what we get. I feel like Doom is really good on Shambali. I'm not a big Doom player, so I don't know. I just feel like I've seen people have success with it. Where Ball, I don't think there's enough room to make Wrecking Ball work as well. I don't know. Am I mistaken in that? Maybe we get something else entirely. Again, this adds such a wrinkle to this EDM team that Cardi is just like, I'm just going to play everything now. So, I mean, maybe we just get, you know, Cardi's just going to pull out a mantra here. Or we get more of the Cardi Diva or something, you know? Let's head into the mountains. To the Shambali Monastery.
Ready for battle.
To see if EDM can close out this series in 3. What is the cart in Shambali? Like, it seems to have purpose in most maps, and then on Shambali, it's just like a pickup truck with groceries in it, you know? What is Cardi Fan doing?
Stop the pain.
Mario goes back into the Sigma. YFP on the other thing. I feel like this is I don't know about signature hero, but like this, something the Grey Matter kind of rings true with just Mario on Sigma. You know, it's no M Bison skin, but it's still pretty good. Creation lands. Cardi will be forced to use the... Okay, apologies. OBS hard crash. So for the YouTubers out there, apologies for the interruption to the edit here, but we had a bit of a crash from OBS. To all of my live friends, I appreciate your patience. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, that was just a straight... I didn't even see it. Like, it just gave me an error in the background, and OBS looked like it was still running. And it gave me an error in the background and it had crashed. So I apologize there for all my friends on Twitch. God, I'm so sorry. YFP, now with the summer, you're looking at 30 seconds left to try to get this over the line. And they get it done. There you go. All right, we'll lock in here for the back of this. Good call and delay. I'll be sure and let you know. Jeremy actually gets the stun on the Cardi. That's going to be the death of Cardi. Will the block be enough to get you out? Try to dance around to then get behind the block. Jeremy stays up. The heals are good. Noxious is there for the backup. And with very little time moving into what can be a very difficult point C. YFP are doing a fantastic job. What a shot out of Noxious. Oh, that's a triple for Noxious. God, makes me want to go play some Hanzo. Makes me want to go miss every shot on Hanzo. God, that was an enormous meteor strike. Holy cow. Jeremy's not recovered. The follow-up is good. Grapes gets 2. Cart stops at 38 seconds. Preemptive Sunbury out at 8 a.m. anticipating this Kitsu. Noxious gets popped in the back. And so this is going to be a +1 for the defense with the PDK OC thrown in. Mari gets Rampage down, but it looks like it got cleansed. It is trying to chase PDK away. That will at least fade out the rest of the overclock. Card making a bit of progress here close to the end. There's a 2v2, 2v3 left on the point. A very low Ryan gets popped by Mari. Jeremy goes over to the right-hand side. See if they can finish on PDK, but they're able to leap away. Slide up to the high ground. Mari takes care of Gorilla then on the point, but Cardifan has returned. Flattens the JQ. Looking to stop the truck in its full groceries right here. 1.74 meters shot. Rajeem's going to throw in a beat. Gets 2. Sounds romantic, but I don't think it's going to be so in the end. No cheese for you, monks. No cheese for you.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Noxious 16-5 after that display on the Hanzo. PDK also 16-5, but with over 2,500 more damage there in the Soj. Now that's just to be expected, probably from the tanks that you're playing. PDK has a Sigma to shoot at. Noxious is trying to, you know, drive away a Cardi Doom. Speaking of hits, Cardi with a big red X headshot there. Cardi trying to peel. Jeremy gets out with 27 health. That was, I mean, within melee range of going down. Ooh, we're going to get Noxious Jeremy flank here as the card is starting to get close to this first corner. Dangerous to get away from the defense. Cardifan tries to leap up top, but is forced back down. It was actually Grapes. Yeah, I didn't get to Grapes pop in time. And they catch Jeremy. I saw that they got the fade away off the high ground. And you catch Jeremy with the Cheerios. Cryptographer, it's just the power of the Cardigan Doomfist. Doomfist is able to come in and stall out and then just quickly turn a fight. I mean, so fast. Such insane burst damage and the ability to anchor at the same time. All right. Dancing around this corner right now. You think the Simmer could just run up and pressure the corner, but ADM are doing a good job at kind of using all avenues available to him. You see Cardigan eventually just going to get caught here. Jeremy with a pick on a PDK, and the defense does hold. Constant pressure still from ADM. Seven health this time. Oh, will not escape. Oh, the boop on the Rajeem. Rajeem ends up just knocked out into no man's land, and just like that, two defenders are down. Gorilla's gonna toss in this Kitsu. Salmon has an answer, and we're gonna use a flux to try to even the odds, see if you can buy time for reinforcements to show up. A very low Ryan dances on the wall, but Noxious is still able to line up the shot, and the defense holds with 90 seconds to go. Sound barriers from both sides. A beat blade engage might just be the trick, especially if you can get PDK set up on an angle here. Ryan threatening through house. And he's just looking for an opening. There's the swift step. That's the Suzu use. This should be go time. Oh, PDK got the Ajax onto Rajeem. Heard that one. Oh no. It's the OC that got it done. The B-Blade engage was the red herring. I should have been watching Big Iron the whole time. No, I can't believe we didn't get that on stream. We'll say Deadeye can be a decent tool to kind of zone out and devalue a Genji blade. Good swallow, I appreciate you being here. We're just going to use it to engage. You're just going to immediately take it right back out, punched out of that. It's going to be blade engaged this time. Ryan will fly in 3. YFP, or excuse me, an EDM will continue their march up the stairs. They're kind of stairs. Cardigan just kind of appears out of nowhere. This is a lesson on check your corners, right? Deflect to fend off the Fang, but you can't stop it forever. Defense YFP stand their ground with a $1.45 on the clock. Noxious looking filthy as usual. Comes up with 2 huge openers. Now Ryan's trying to answer back. 4v3. Ooh, it's been a sword fight there with Jeremy in this small little area. But I'm seeing a lot of red outlines here. YFP will win out the tiny Overwatch. Flashbang. Ooh. You at least do enough damage to force Cardi back, but you don't it was looking a little hairy there for a moment. Great rock landed on Cardi just as they were coming in. They still are able to meteor strike. Try to get Rajeem. They shall. They will deny you that sound barrier into this fight. And with 30 seconds to go, that could have just been the ticket. We're still going to invest, but wow, did everybody just jump on Noxious's face the moment they hit Q. Remember, it was YFP who banned out the Royonk. A hero with Rajeem had 16,000 damage in the previous round. Oh, the drop. Oh, that was such a bait. Mari could be in big trouble here. We're going to get the sound barrier. We're going to go. Jeremy is going to chase out a kill on that right-hand side. So with the sound barrier in play, it ends up working out. Rajeem comes up with 2 in that fight. And the big beat will win it out. Buck 03. Mari with an aggressive ultimate does not connect. Jeremy trying to clog up the right-hand entrance. And this is a very aggressive YFP, trying to pull out whatever resources they can. I think they know they're down on ults here. So I kind of like what they were trying to do, but they're not able to get anything out. Now we're going to get a sound barrier engaged, sundering from Jeremy. See if they can cut through those shields. No such luck. Riot is one, dancing around on the cart. Jeremy and Wario will combine for that kill. So you at least take the Genji out of the fight, but you still got PDK here. Cart will run the final corner. 22 seconds to go. Remember, we did not get a full cap. No extras here. It's all or nothing here for this fight. Final fight for the series. Do we see a map 4? Cardi jumps in, PDK drops the OC, trying to sneak on the right-hand side. Jeremy's going to go in, clog up that stairwell. Ooh, has to block up as a couple of big shots from PDK land, but they're in the whirlwind dash over. They do stave off, falling off the side, and with a Kitsu in play, Salmon is able to deliver one. Ryan answers back, and Gorilla now has their own Kitsune rush, but Cardi fan is down. Nothing but supports left here for EDM. And YFP, stop the grocery cart. We're going to a map 4. Woo! Wait a minute, sorry, stats. What the hell? What the hell? Thank you, OBS. Why aren't you showing people the stats? Tisk, tisk, OBS. Tisk, tisk. You're just being stubborn tonight. All right? I'm not happy with you, OBS. You're being very, very stubborn. Anyway, as I was saying, Cardi Fat, 43. Knee limbs. What we said PDK, top damage at 16k. Mari, silver damage with 15k in the Sigma. Everybody with double deaths. I mean, everybody's 10 to 12 deaths down the board, except for Gorilla. Gorilla's your one outlier there. But once again, only 5 deaths separated our two teams. 49 to 54. So hypothetically, you lose the map where Cardi is playing Doom and Zarya and win the Doom map. Let's head to Toronto. It's time for map 4. Sorcerer Nice, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, by the way. It says, always enjoy watching you cast. Hope to keep watching in the future. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate that tier 1. I really appreciate that. Those mean so much. Each one of those subs, each sub helps me so much. I really appreciate that. I know, I have it backwards. I usually like to keep the team names, like if I'm doing the overhead, that they're on the same side as like the team names up top. Sorry about that. Cardi fan ball. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. In trouble immediately. No, it was just a throwaway ban. They just didn't know what to do with it, so it was just a throwaway ban. I mean, you couldn't ban Wu Yong again. They already used that one. Cardifan has tried both Wrecking Ball and Doomfist already here in Queen Street. Neither have worked, and so far it's been a fairly flawless run. Jeremy, I guess, did die, but otherwise it has been a flawless run for YFP here in the early minute and 10 seconds. We did get the Sojourn battle between these two. We've also got, you got Ryan playing the Tracer versus the Jeremy Vendetta. Well, yeah, obviously Jeremy's been sticking with his Vendetta all day long. We'll try to work up towards stairs. Cardifan comes in and PDK is able to set up for a kill. Rajeem's trying to respond with the Sun here. You're able to get the Sunspot on the PDK. You got one detonation. But I think Grapes' Tidal Blast helped protect Cardi. I didn't quite see where the Tidal Blast went, to be honest. I just saw Cardi was hit and low. Now Cardi's full health and in here punching on Rajeem.
Let's get this barricade moving.
To re-engage directly onto the point there from Warren and Jeremy. Cardifan escapes up into the window of the gym. Mars gonna try to run away with the bot. Gets interrupted. PDK hits him right as they tried to hit Rampage. They're gonna lose that ultimate. Patient shot will find Rajeem. Noxious does have an answer, but feels like it's such a massive advantage delivered by PDK. EDM will continue to march. I don't know if it's going to be close enough to get the checkpoint. It's going to be down to the wire. Keep an eye on bot. Mario going to drop back in. You do have the Salmon Kitsu here to go with it. There is time for a recontest, but the big punch in. Mario might be in a little bit of trouble. Has to shout, I think, a little earlier than they would have liked. And is now going, where's that Kitsu? Where's that Kitsu? Cardifan lands on top of Noxious. Salmon never gets a chance to invest. Definitely a bit of turntables here from the previous, the last 3 minutes versus the first 3 minutes. Checkpoint picked up, laid to EDM. And despite a bit of a rough start there for Cardi, he's definitely making the Doomfist work now. That was a big 3-player punch. Ryan's going to receive the Tidal Blast, drops in on top of the Vendetta. Goes right past Rajeem. Oh, tries to leave Rajeem a little bit of present, but they're able to dodge back. Avoid it. Still, EDM find kills back here on the objective. Noxious actually got Grapes with that. Wow. Noxious just leapt into like a 1v3 and manages to come up with a kill onto Grapes. That's a huge pick. So it's just Carry Hills from Gorilla. And EDM really just don't have enough sustain to stick around. Now they are trying to send PDK on that wide flank far side. Now this is a 3-player, a few-player, whatever I'm looking for. Flank. Wasn't the word I was going for, but hey, you know, it's fine. It's a 3-player adventure. Jeremy wanted to come play. Oh, Cardifan gets that kill on the Rajeem before dropping in the Meteor Strike. God, that looks so good. Rajeem just disappears and Cardifan's out of there. Triple for Cardi. Yeah. This player might be kind of good at the Doom. Might be kind of good at the Doom. Unreal. I mean, just wow. The mechanics, the vision, the foresight. Unreal. Cardi fan playing on a different level, playing some 3D chess here. It's gonna be Kitsu to try to follow up the O clock, but it's still kind of rough and tumble here. YFP are stabilizing, but I mean, just barely, and still not even convincingly, right? Okay, there we go. Jeremy drops in with the overhead to find Ryan. Now you're able to kind of push in and overwhelm Cardi and what remains of EDM. God, that was... You know, I was talking about in that opening 3 minutes. So the first half of that opening 3 minutes looked very different from the second half. And I mean, this has been all EDM since. You are able to catch Noxious with the stun. Can't get the kill. Here comes Jeremy trying to follow you up. Trying to follow Riot in towards the Mega. They are able to blink away. Cardi fan low, though. Mars gonna go in and invest. Cardi is still purple, still running away. No shot, 6 health. Cardi had 6 health and was purple. It manages to get out alive. Riot and Graves come back to clean up on the point. And EDM wins the fight. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, Jill, it's not going very favorably for you. I'm so sorry. EDM are just keeping YFP contained. Big double punch there. Almost got the kill on the Noxious. They're still super low. Salmon lucky to get this ult into the mix. Rajeem not as lucky. Jeremy trying to hold on to the bot, trying to keep TS1 as bay. You see, even a steal there from Mari, just to buy more time for the reinforcements. But ADM, I mean, we continue just to keep our camera and the fights happening right in front of the YFP spawn. Gets you out. Noxious gets some kill. Finds PDK. Finally able to get the better end of PDK here. Got a little too anxious. Ends up in a 1v2 against Grapes and Ryan. Ryan recall force. Comes back to rejoin Grapes. And this defense, I mean, again, I gotta call it a defense. But yeah, I mean, it feels like YFP a bit of the defense since the 6-minute mark. All right, 50 seconds to go. There's even a captive Sun user that you only really have the Sundering to engage with. Cardi fan low. PDK pops it over. Clock slides to the left-hand side. Catches Rajeem out of the sky. PDK will also get the title blast just to go in and clean up the back of this fight. And idiots just seem to have this entire map on lock. This was their pick. Bot is left. GG's in the chat. Rajeem does get a touch, but I think they're going to be the only one. ADM on track to close this one out in a 3-1. Jeremy trying to throw in a last-second Hail Mary of a Sundering Blade. That'll do it. ADM take the series. Move one step closer to playoffs. Oh, shoot. I should have delayed. I didn't see the ad. Damn it. I would have delayed that one. I'm sorry, Jill. I'm sorry, y'all. I would have delayed that ad. Well, it kind of happening at the end of the map like that. I would have delayed that. GG's. Big game for ADM here. And wow, how scary is this team looking coming into this the final week of regular season? ADM now, I mean, 2 big dubs in a row. You 3-0 Extinction, you 3-1 YFP. Cardi returns into the Doomfist to give top damage, most Ilios in the lobby, almost fewest deaths. 27-4 there in that final map. I think Cardi's going to get your player of the match here. I mean, drops the 40 bomb, even though they lost that map, drops the 43-10 there on Shambali. 33-5 is top Ilios and Kings as well. 15k damage is most damage. Fewest deaths on Kings Row. And where Cardi fan, you know, we kind of start seeing, you know, Cardi fan pulls out a Zarya. Cardi fan pulls out a Diva, right? Where we start to see that there's actually a lot of versatility here. And I mean, again, we heard that against Extinction was the first time Cardi fan had ever played Zarya in a competitive environment. So we literally got to see the sophomore run of the Cardi Zarya here tonight. And how scary does this team look? My goodness. Cardi fan's absolutely your player of the match here. GG's.